We founded the Nature Institute with the intention of having a place that can cultivate a particular way of knowing that can bring us back more in relationship with nature and the things themselves.
To the ground where it's usually moister also, and shadier, depending. So this kind of spreading tendency.
That sounds harmless and simple and maybe not even that important, but if you think about how strongly our culture and our minds are captivated with certain kind of abstract ideas, and we notice that people come to us with many, many abstractions in their minds about what hormones do, about what the brain does, about how natural selection has made us this way or that way. And we have all these explanations of the world, but do we see the world? Do we experience the world anymore? And of course, with our technologically dominated culture, this becomes more and more an issue. So in a certain way, you could say it's like a coming to our senses in a multiple sense, right? That on the one hand, you getting back into the world by cultivating observation, careful observation of the sense-perceptible world, so that we really are taking in phenomena rather than always interpreting them before we've taken them in. And that gives you a kind of a freshness and an enlivening of perception that is the basis of deeper knowing. That's our conviction. And that, the way we need to begin to conceive of the world is much more in terms of a conversation. Not that we force particular conceptions on the world and bend the world to make sense in the way we want to make sense of it, but to enter into conversation where we go out, we study, and we let that reverberate in ourselves by really dwelling in what we've experienced, and then go back out and try to understand more, so that you're beginning to, so that the human beings become, as knowers, participants in a conversation where the partner, natural phenomena, really has something to tell you. And you want to learn from that. You don't want to impose, you want to learn. So a conversational, a dialogical approach to understanding is at the foundation of what we do. And that leads, when you're studying biological phenomena, you to recognize that, for example, an organism, an animal, a plant, is not only connected with a whole array of other organisms and the natural world, but in and of itself, it is an interconnected whole. You begin to see more and more wholeness, interconnectedness, dynamism in the world that demands that you think in more holistic, dynamic ways, otherwise you don't get it, right? So again, this process of inner transformation, how can I adapt myself more to the phenomena? Goethe said something like, if we want to gain a living understanding of nature, we must make ourselves as mobile and flexible as nature herself. So science as transformation of the human being to understand the living character of the world. That's the mission of the Nature Institute.